So, that feels so weird. Hi guys, so today's video is gonna be a little different. So May is Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. So I'm going to be doing the Asian American tag. I was gonna do like a whole video on me like talking about growing up being Asian American. This video would be so long, but maybe I'll make a part 2 to this. But for now, I'm gonna be answering these questions. The whole purpose of this video is just to inform you guys and bring more awareness to Asian Americans and the culture, I guess, because with everything going on, I think it's important to educate yourself, so yeah, keep on watching. First question, which ethnicity are you? I am Filipino, if you couldn't tell. So yeah, I am Filipino. I was born in Florida, but my entire family is Filipino. I have been told that I do not look 100% Filipino, but as far as I know, I think I am 100% Filipino. I've never taken those DNA tests, but I'd like to. It'd be kind of cool if I had like another ethnicity in me, but as of right now, I identify as Filipino. Which generation are you? I am third generation according to my mom because my grandpa came to America and then he petitioned. Because my grandpa came to America and my uncle did, and then he petitioned my dad, and then he petitioned my mom and brother. And everyone in my family was born in the Philippines, but then they moved to America and then had me. What is the first experience where you felt that demarcation of being a minority or different? This didn't actually happen until recently because I think high school, my voice is like, oh my god, my voice. This didn't actually happen until high school because I didn't realize I was so different until freshman year. I didn't realize how diverse my middle school was because they were like Hispanics. Well, it was mostly Hispanics, and then there was mixed with white, black, Asian, and just a whole mix. So I didn't really pay attention to that kind of thing until I came to high school, and it was just like whitewashed. And there's still like minorities and like call it diversity, but if you walk into one of my classrooms, then you'll notice that a majority of them are white, and I could possibly be the only Asian in that room. But yeah, that's the only time I noticed, I guess. Were you always proud of your heritage, or was there a time you rejected it? I wouldn't say I ever rejected being Filipino because being Filipino is kind of amazing. I never rejected it, but I do think there were times that I would forget about it. I think a lot of Asians can relate to this, but when you're in America, people will say, oh, you're whitewashed, oh, you're fresh off the boat, you're related to some, like, another race, I guess you could say. Yeah, I would say I was pretty whitewashed in middle school, and then where was I? Yeah, I've always been proud of it, but yeah, there were periods of times where I'd be whitewashed, or when I got into K-pop or I liked anime, people would think I want to be another race, and I don't think that's the case. Just because I appreciate another culture doesn't mean I want to be that race. And like I said, it wasn't until high school that I realized that like people can differentiate me just because I look Asian. So I started trying to express my Asianness more, and I feel more myself after that, because once I realized like, oh wait, I'm kind of forgetting who I am, and I just started appreciating Asian culture, Filipino culture a lot more, and it's a lot more comforting because it's who I am and not necessarily like me trying to be whitewashed or being whitewashed. It's just me. What are some stereotypes that you struggle with? I've never struggled with any Asian stereotypes. Maybe some people can assume that I am good at math. I am pretty sure I'm just average at math. I'm not amazing at it. I've never really, I don't know, I've never experienced racism really firsthand, or like no one's really tried to be racist to me. If anything, people have said things and are just like a little naive about it. But I just kind of like let it slide because, well, I not like let it slide, but I'm like, I'm gonna educate you a little bit. I remember one time I was volunteering at my middle school's fish fry, and this old white couple, they were like, are you Oriental? And I was like, I've never heard someone describe me as Oriental. So then I was like, no, I'm Filipino, I'm Asian. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I am not Oriental. So, and then they follow up and ask, is that your brother? The fellow Asian kid that just stood next to me that was also a volunteer. Not related to me, but yeah, I don't know. Kind of need to learn how to use the right terms when to avoid mistakes or like implying the wrong thing. They are older, so obviously I have to respect that. I can't just be like, no. I don't really know. I've never been one to like, I don't know, I've never experienced it firsthand, but just because I don't experience racism firsthand doesn't mean I'm like not gonna defend it. I mean, I'm part of like the Asian community that experiences it. There's also the stereotype that Filipinos can sing. I don't really think people expect that out of me. I do like to sing, but I don't. There's better Filipinos that can sing. I mean, there's like the good stereotypes and there's also the bad stereotypes. A lot of people think that just because you're good at singing or expect you to be good at singing or expect you to be good at school, you have expectations to meet. Yeah, a lot of Asians are good at, let's say, math, but I think it was just because of the way we were raised, because our parents want us to take advantage of the opportunity they gave us rather than just going it to waste, because going for it to go to waste, so they just expect us to do our best and succeed. Next question, can you speak your language? No, I'm sorry, I can't speak Tagalog or Kapampangan. I can already hear the shame from every single person. I mean, okay, I really wish I could speak Tagalog. My brother, that was my brother's first language, but then he moved to America, and since he was really young, then he learned English and forgot Tagalog. Yeah, my parents never taught me it or like spoke it to me like conversationally. They have like slipped it in sometimes, and I can like follow through a Taglish like conversation, but I can't create sentences or communicate back, unfortunately. English is the second official language in the Philippines though, so if you meet any Filipinos, they'll most likely speak English too, but that isn't an excuse for me to not learn Tagalog, because I still do really want to learn it, because my dad has told me that the language is actually fading and I don't want that to happen. Yeah, while I'm in quarantine, I'm looking over like phrases and the language. I can at least pick up some of it because it is a goal of mine to actually learn it, because there is like a language barrier between me and my family when I visited the Philippines, and I know they can speak English, but I know they're more comfortable speaking Tagalog or their dialect, just to make it easier. Also, a thing I'd like to note is that I feel like a lot of Asians think that you have to speak English because it's like the language of the rich, because a lot of people worldwide will learn English because it's the language of the rich, which I think is kind of like a offset kind of thing. I don't think you should have to learn English. I mean, it will make things easier, but that's kind of forceful to force another language on someone else, if that makes any sense. Because like I only speak English, but you shouldn't, like, I'm learning Spanish in school, so you shouldn't force Spanish on me just because that's how I'll become rich, you know, if you know what I mean. I really hope there's no backlash in this video. I'm just stating things. I hope you guys can respect everything I'm saying. This is just kind of like, these are just my answers to these questions, and I hope we can have a nice conversation in the comments just to bring more awareness to Asians. And yeah. How has being Asian American affected your relationship with your parents? It hasn't really affected me so much. There have been times where my parents have like pronounced something wrong and I corrected them, or like I had to tell them about like American culture and I was confused on why they think this way versus what is the normal, which is whatever is being done in America, which is kind of stupid of me. Yeah, so it's always like a learn thing from each other, so they learn more about American culture, I learn more about Filipino culture. How do you feel about your heritage now? Do you identify with it? Yes, I do identify with being Filipino, and I am super proud of being Filipino. I think it's like really cool to have like a culture. I know I've met some people that were like, oh, I wish I had another ethnicity in me so I could have some culture, because Americans don't really, there is an American culture, but it's not like, y'all know what I mean. People have talked about this in other videos. I don't know how to describe it or explain it, but I do think Asian is like a huge part of who I am. A lot of my interests, they can derive from being Asian, like boba. Yeah, I'm very proud to be Asian. And then the last question is, what is your favorite thing about being Asian American or your heritage? Do I have to pick one? I like that I can't just I was literally gonna say the culture. That's everything. Okay, culture in a way that I'm glad I have something to grasp onto, because I feel like being in America, people will expect you to be whitewashed, but if we were, what am I saying? Because if someone was to come over to my house and then they see a bunch of Filipino food, I could introduce them to that, or I could just introduce them to something new rather than me immersing myself into becoming whitewash. Sorry, I keep using the term whitewash a lot, but I think that was the most I lost myself period. I just like became obsessed with like Starbucks. I ate fast food. I wore like whatever was trending rather than what I liked. Trending as in American style. I know like fashion is really subjective, but y'all know what I mean when someone from, you can tell American fashion versus Asian fashion, or like Western makeup versus Asian makeup. Anyways, my favorite thing is just that I'm able to teach other people about my culture, and that most are willing to learn about it and appreciate it with me, because I think it's really fun to learn about other cultures. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this video. I don't know if this video was a mess, but it was actually kind of fun and it made me realize some things. I don't know, I just think that it's really important to bring more awareness to this. Possibly it would be nice to, you know, lower the racism a bit, because I think we all have something to learn from each other. Conclusion. Listen to other people. Don't be racist. If someone's racist to you, don't be racist back, because then that's just a little hypocritical and we don't want that. Yeah, we just be kind to people. That's the message. If you are Asian American, let me know your story or your answers to these questions in the comments below. Let me know if you're not Asian. You don't have to be Asian to watch this video, by the way. Let me know what your ethnicity is down below and what you're most proud of. I think that's it. Give this video a thumbs up. I'm proud to be Asian. Oh my god. I've never been like I'm embarrassing myself now. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye!